Hi, my name is Sandy Coyne Gilbert, and I have the pleasure of teaching you MGMT 562. So this is my first course at the University of Bridgeport. I also am employed full-time at Goodwin University. I run the leadership program there. This is an exciting time for me, and I hope you're looking forward to the class as much as I am. So the purpose of this video is to just give you a little insight into who I am, how I operate, and then provide a little bit more about the class. So I want to start off with a quote from Tenley Albright, which Tenley Albright's a pretty amazing human. She was a polio survivor and went on to be the first American woman to win a gold in figure skating. And a quote she said is, if you don't fall down, then you aren't trying hard enough. So I'm starting the class off by saying that because I want you to understand that this is not a course about perfection. Leadership in healthcare is an incredibly important topic, but it's one where it's very personal to each and every one of us. That's why we're going to examine a lot about who you are as a leader. We're going to look at leadership in healthcare, but first and foremost, we need to know about you. So I want to tell you a little bit about me. I have worked in nonprofit and in education for over 20 years. I am one of the original founders of the Ronald McDonald House in Springfield, Mass. I reside in West Springfield, Massachusetts. I am proud of the efforts I've made to improve my community. I believe in it, and I believe that things can be better if we work together. I am also, I have an MBA in healthcare, and the reason that I add that is I understand the business side of healthcare, but as someone who spends the majority of her time thinking about how to improve leadership, I am really much more humanly dominant. So you're going to find there's a lot of self things in this class, and that could be interesting and somewhat challenging. But I believe all of us come to leadership as a leader. We have led ourselves as self to this point in time. So that's an important place to begin. I have been everything from a talking Christmas tree, and that's true. That was my first job, to a waitress, and I have taught, I've run programs. I've had a really wonderful history. Part of what really has influenced me is I also worked at hospice. I was the patient benefits coordinator at hospice, which meant I was the first person most people talked to when they found out they were going to die. And it was an incredibly honorable job, but it's changed everything about what I think about life, what I think about death, but also what I think about healthcare delivery and what is our rights. So we're going to have an interesting class. We have structure. We have every week there's going to be discussion boards, and every week there's an assignment of some sort. There is a group project that you'll find as we go along. But one of the things you're going to find in this class is that there is a sense of your responsibility and your part in this class. I wrote you a quick announcement, and I said to you, this is only as important as your willingness to get involved. It's a pilot. We've never taught this class before, at least not in this version. So for you, this is an opportunity to impact everybody that comes beyond after you. I need to know what you think. I need to know how it feels. And I want to remind you that as leaders, we're going to have provocative and sometimes difficult conversations. We're going to look at some things like racism in healthcare. And when you do that, it's not an easy topic, no matter where you are in the agenda. So, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk about your strengths. We're going to use actually a couple of interesting assessment tools. One is called the Emotional Intelligence Quiz, and the other is Strength Finders. Both of those are definitely going to influence us. We are also going to look at the impact leadership has on policies and procedures. And those can't be ignored. Despite the very human aspects of healthcare, there is a whole business behind the scenes, and we have to have policies and procedures. We also have to look at efficiency and effectiveness. Remember, efficiency is no waste, and effectiveness is meeting the goal. And those are two things that as leaders we constantly have to look at. We're also going to be looking at billing and coding, reimbursement, again, the business side. But at the same time, how does that impact the delivery of services? We're going to look at disparity in healthcare. We've all come to realize that all of our lived experiences are not the same. It's vital that we take the time and the effort to look at how to improve that. We're also going to look at quality. Quality is an incredibly personal perspective. Now, all of these things are bundled into one course. I'm sure you know already, there's no way in one course you could deal with all there is in healthcare. Even with an MBA in healthcare, I can tell you that wasn't enough. But it sure opened my eyes to how different things are in healthcare versus other industries. So it's a complicated perspective. The person who receives the services isn't actually paying for all the services, and reimbursement isn't coming from the person who got the services. So it's sure not like retail where you walk in the door, you buy something, and you walk out. That is not what you find in healthcare. But it is vital to all of us that we understand healthcare. This is a personal journey for all of us. I am, as you can probably gather, I'm very passionate about healthcare. I'm even more passionate about human experience. There isn't anything that is automatically off the table in this course. As I said before, it's a pilot. If something is missing or you have a burning question, ask it. I've given you my cell phone in the announcement I posted, and I am available. I will make myself available. Unlike most educational experiences, I do not believe in making people wait if I don't have to. I work on Sundays, and I do that specifically Sunday afternoons. And I do that because oftentimes, particularly if you're working, the only time you have available is Saturday and Sundays to do your homework, to realize if there's a problem with an assignment, with something that's posted. Again, like Tenley Albright said, we're going to fall down a couple of times. But I'm as human as you. And if there's something wrong in this course, I'll correct it. But we have discussion boards. Discussion boards, the first one is always due on Wednesday. And when I say it's due, it means your initial post should be in by Wednesday. You will also notice that a second discussion board often is in the classroom and it's due on Saturday. That's your original post. I do want you to respond to at least 2 of your colleagues, and I want you to do it in more than a ditto fashion. In other words, I want you to mention to people what they've said, and I want you to comment on it. You don't have to agree with what you see before you, but we all must be respectful. I've laid out how I look at working with people in a classroom. It's incredibly important. Every one of us comes to this class with different experiences and at different places in our lives. We have to be kind, we have to be compassionate, but we don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree and do so in a way that honors everybody. That's important to me. A true leader doesn't have to take somebody down. A true leader finds a way to walk beside you. And that's what we're going to do. So that's a little bit. We have some incredibly interesting assignments. There's a case study. I've used a template that I've used at Goodwin a number of times, and I've found it to be pretty effective. I'd like you to take it a try. And again, when you see something, or, and I've given you some samples of case studies that you could use for the culminating project. But if none of those work for you, then what I want you to do is approach me and say, this isn't what I want to do, but I found this one. And let's talk. I also believe that sometimes I'm giving you essays, and you might want to do a video. I believe in the power of self-expression. So if you want to do a video instead of an essay, just let me know and let's talk about the outcomes, the objectives of an assignment so you can make sure that it meets those qualifications. So that's a little bit about our class and a little bit about me. You'll learn more about me as we go along, and I hope to learn plenty about you. I will tell you that I know this isn't going to be flawless, and I don't want it to be. Because errors, in Chinese characters, the character for crisis is made up of 2 brush strokes. One is danger and the other is opportunity. So if a problem occurs, I subscribe to that. I also subscribe to Mark Twain's theory of problems are just opportunities when we're close. So if there's something in this class, I will never hold it against you. If something doesn't work, I will never hold you to a deadline. We will modify deadlines to make sure that they work. It doesn't mean that there's no controls in this class. It does mean, however, that as it is in good leadership, discussion, dialogue is where we begin. So I like to close by sharing a quote from Tina Fey. And Tina Fey said, "You can't be that kid standing at the top of the water slide, overthinking everything. You have to go down the chute." So welcome to MGMT 562. And let's go down the chute. Take care. I'll see you soon.